Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, WWE Elimination Chamber 2021 review. How about that? The Miz is your new WWE Champion. We're about to hop right on into that. You can find me on Twitter at 2SweetPod. This is number 2. Sweet POD and at OMG Corey B on Twitter as well. On YouTube at OMG Corey B. If you're listening on YouTube, feel free to like this video and subscribe. So, we're going to talk about the Miz, but first we're going to talk about how we got there. Raw Elimination Chamber, Sheamus, Kofi, Drew, Jeff, AJ Styles. Both these Elimination Chambers, they were lacking, and this one was lacking to me, man. Like, I don't know if it was a lack of crowd or what, but nevertheless, the shock of the night, outside of the Miz, even though we kind of saw that one coming, was Randy Orton eliminated first. Like, there were a lot of theories about Randy Orton, and he got Leon Ruff for that boy. We had a lot of theories that, you know what, the Fiend would cost Randy Orton the title. He would interfere in the Elimination Chamber. That did not happen. Randy Orton was up out of the paint early, man. Very shocking. So I gotta say that I like almost getting involved, trying to get AJ a cheap win or a cheap steal or some cheap pins, excuse me. So I like that. Even though, you know, AJ did something very dumb at the end of the match. Sheamus versus Drew, that was a hard-hitting affair. And there's something there that can make for a nice pay-per-view match. Maybe we see it in the future, maybe we don't. So toward the end of the match, like I said, AJ made a dumb move. Like, why? Sheamus takes out Drew. He's going for the pin. We got the champion on his back. AJ hits the phenomenal forearm, breaks up everything, and then he takes the loss. So we get to where we get to earlier in the night. Miz and MVP, they were backstage discussing business. So Lashley comes out and lays the beat down on Drew McIntyre. The Miz cashes in, and here we are. The Miz, your new WWE Champion, and I gotta say, I was surprised by the reaction. Like, there are a lot of people that were pissed off that the Miz won, and I'm like, dang, I thought we were all on one accord that we absolutely love the Miz, man. Like, there were some people that were mad. There were some of us that was like, you know, I'm happy for the Miz, got his moment, and like, yeah, man. First of all, before I get into the bigger point that I have next, let's jump into this Miz interview, man. He had an interview after the show.
Miz, congratulations.
You don't even need to ask a question. As a matter of fact, go, because this camera is all mine. Understand that I told you so. Whenever someone says I wasn't thinking on their level, I am a master strategist. I think further than anybody else in all of WWE. I didn't just take respect, I demanded it. Through all the WWE universe, and I could care less if everybody's on the internet going, oh, Miz doesn't deserve it. Oh, Miz shouldn't be WWE Champion. Cry! Go ahead and cry and keep on doing it, because that is the fuel that lights my fire. I am your WWE Champion, whether you like it or not. 10 years ago, we had an angry Miz girl, and I hope and I pray that there are thousands upon thousands, millions of angry Miz girls right here, right now, sopping, weeping, wishing that Drew McIntyre was still their WWE Champion. He is not. I am. So this is me saying I am now content being awesome. See you at WrestleMania or at Monday Night Raw. Whichever I feel like, because I'm champion and I do whatever the hell I want.
Man can cut a promo. Just, you don't need anything ready for him. Just give him the mic off the cuff and he can go. However, if you're happy about the Miz being champion, look, in the immortal words of Bad News Barrett, I've got some bad news. And before I get to what I want to say, we got to hop into something here. Got to set the mood. Because at the end of the day, there is no chance in hell that the Miz has the title by the time we get to WrestleMania. I got news, man. Like, that's one segment that nobody's talking about from last night. And that's when Bad Bunny slapped the Miz. You really think the Miz going? We really think that Bad Bunny is going away? Look, man, Miz has, at the end of the day, no chance in hell. Miz has. Look, man, Bad Bunny is not going away. We're gonna see Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. So either, if you think the Miz is gonna have a title, you need to think one of two things. You think the Miz is going to be facing Damian Priest for the world title, or they setting up that Miz versus Bad Bunny winner take all title for title match at WrestleMania. Now, neither of those things are happening. Am I right? I'm right. So, the Miz will not have the title at WrestleMania. I don't know how we get there, but the title, if I'm guessing right now, it's going to either go on Lashley or Drew McIntyre as we head into Mania. Because I know a lot of people are excited for this Miz title run, but it's not happening. And it's very unfortunate because Miz is about to get screwed over once again. The man cashes in, and he's going to have like a 1 month title run. If he has the title at WrestleMania, consider me shocked, because I really think there's no chance in hell he has that run. So we're going to keep it moving. We're moving on. We're going to go to, where we at next, man? I guess we can start with the other go back to the other Elimination Chamber as well. We keep this thing moving. So, we had Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Jey Uso, Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. Excuse me, I said Cesaro already. Where am I at today? This was, like I said about the chamber matches, they just didn't register with me. Like, usually in Elimination Chamber matches, we get physicality. We had a little bit of physicality. Normally, we get incredible spots. We had some spots. Like, it just didn't register with me. Yes, you can talk about the crowd, but no. I thought the Raw Elimination Chamber was a little bit better than this one. Even though, you look at Cesaro, he was on fire in this match. Had a nice side spot with Sami Zayn. Was pulling up, doing pull-ups in the match, mid-match. I thought that what they did with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, where Sami tried to form a partnership, that was nice as well. Kevin Owens went out a little bit early for my taste, if I'm being honest. And we got to a point to where I thought that Cesaro was going to win this match. And I was just watching the match, like, Cesaro's going to take it. And he goes out and, like, all the wrestling Twitter was, like, in shambles. We was all pulling for Cesaro. Nevertheless, Daniel Bryan gets the win. And they were talking about Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns and later in the night. But Roman Reigns' music hits. And I'm like, what? We about to do this right now? And what a waste, man. Daniel Bryan puts up a little bit of a fight and excellent reversal, but Roman Reigns immediately wins, and what a humongous waste. Like, we could have got Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan in a 15-20 minute match. Like, the main event, man, when we coming up to the main event, it was like 2 hours in. And I was like, man, what is going on here? We ended the show 2 hours and 30 minutes in. Like, they could have gave Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns 10 minutes. But they didn't. Daniel Bryan would have benefited from that. Now he looks weak to me. Even though he had the match prior to, I get it, but he looks weak to me. The match only went 2 or 3 minutes. Like, I think a lot more people would be upset if this was Brock Lesnar. Let it be Brock Lesnar. Oh, Twitter would have been in the crap storm by now. But since it's Roman, we live with it. After the match, Edge takes out Roman Reigns and is there, as you see right now. Edge points to the WrestleMania sign, to which they had fireworks go off. That was so weird. Nevertheless, it is Edge, it is Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, the Spear versus Spear match. And look, it's gonna be a great match, but man, depending on what happens with Raw, we had a ready-made WrestleMania. Edge could have challenged McIntyre or whomever, and then we could have ran Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I'm hesitant to see how the Raw side turns out, but on the SmackDown side, we should get an excellent build. As for who wins, I'm gonna hold that one close to the cuff. stay tuned on that one. I got a lot to say about Edge versus Roman Reigns coming up on the podcast this week. Tease. So, moving on to the U.S. title match, and believe it or not, I thought this was the best match of the night. John Morrison, Matt Riddle, Bobby Lashley, and this was a great match. It was a fun match. It was a fast-moving match. The tempo was hot and fast early. We had Lashley dominating. At the end of the match, Matt Riddle picks up the victory, slides out of the ring with the U.S. title, and this was shocking. Very shocking. I had Bobby Lashley winning this match, and when Matt Riddle got the victory, I was like, whoa. Matt Riddle came out. He didn't do himself any favors. Came out cosplaying Evel Knievel. Like, what was that about? But he is your new United States champion, and is Lashley moving on to bigger and better things? Will Lashley get a rematch? I have no idea where they're going, but I'm interested in it. I'm interested to see where Riddle goes with the title. Even though I think Lashley should be champion, but I don't know. We shall see how it turns out. So last up on the docket, we have the women's tag team titles on the line. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Sasha and Bianca Belair. And this was a pretty underwhelming match, man. Like, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, they looked really good as a tag team. They did tag team maneuvers. So I can always appreciate that. Coming from singles, ladies just thrown together, working as a tag team like that, I appreciate that. However, the match itself, not really great. Then we had Reginald come down. Like, we need Reginald to be explained. We need some kind of, why is he here? Is he just here to thirst over Sasha Banks? Because Reginald gets involved, and we have the distraction finish. Nia Jax picks up the victory with Shayna Baszler, and I gotta say that as for the result itself, I'm happy with that, because I really thought that they were gonna have two singles women win the titles over an actual tag team, and that would have done no good for the tag team championships. So I'm happy with the result, but as to how we got there, Reginald distraction, like, I hope this isn't leading to Carmella getting in that WrestleMania match with Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. I hope that's not what it's leading to. Otherwise, we need some kind of explanation of Reginald and Carmella here. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler picks up the victory, your women's tag team champions, and that is it, man. What a short pay-per-view it was, man. Like, I'm not complaining whatsoever. 2 hours and 30 minutes, that's not bad at all. But like, announce it ahead of time that, you know what, we're gonna only be here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Not that I'm complaining. I'm sure the people in the UK are not complaining at all. They gotta stay up for God knows how long for these pay-per-views, so they got to sleep in relatively early. Nevertheless, I like pay-per-view. If I'm giving it a grade, which I don't really like to do, I would give it, like, I'd have to give it a C. I'd have to give it a C because the Elimination Chamber matches themselves underwhelmed in my estimation. That's just the way I'm coming at it. And yeah, they could have been much better. C overall, but they did a great job at making me and me and others say, man, I gotta see what's gonna happen on Monday Night Raw. They left us with a big hook, and like, yeah, I gotta see how it's gonna turn out. So that is it. Let me know your thoughts on Twitter at 2SweetPod, at OMG Corey B. The Elimination Chamber review. What you like, what you did not like. Let me